I'm just gonna be blunt for the sake of time because a lot of people are doing something fun and important rather than just sitting on their ass watching YouTube all day, especially my shitty channel. But basically, I have not been feeling any sort of positivity or whatever positivity that people get hooked on nowadays, which makes them the most optimistic piece of shit on the planet. And that's due in part to the fact that I'm just being devoid of pretty much everything. Nothing has been going the way that I wanted to, and life is basically a bitch. And it all goes back to the beginning of 2024 when I tried to look for work after my previous job didn't want me anymore because job well done, I suppose. It was temporary, it was a remodel job, so once the job was done, they did not offer a permanent position and they just didn't need me anymore. So good job, I guess. Handshake, gold star, pat on the back, see you next, never. Despite all my efforts on LinkedIn, Indeed, CalJobs, any other website that I go to, even going to whatever hiring agencies that I can, I did manage to find one job that lasted about 9 days, and even then the job wasn't really that eventful, but whatever, it's a job and you do need money to survive on this bitch on earth, and I'll be bitching about that later. Never mind the fact that they basically didn't give me my first paycheck, but they gave me the second when they fired me due to unsatisfactory job performance, because apparently I was doing the job wrong, even though I barely got any complaints from them about it. I mean, sure, I got one, maybe two complaints about what I was doing was wrong, but I managed to pick up the slack eventually. But still, they just said termination, you're not welcome here anymore, and also you didn't show up before the July, because no one told me that I needed to show up before the July. And plus, Animexo was happening around that time. If 4th of July was that important, then they should have said something about it. No one did. So job this year didn't even last long, and I continued getting unemployment benefits until eventually I just had to stop because they thought I was holding information or I was doing something fraudulent, when no, I wasn't, because every piece of information that I gave them was the truth, and I figured the unemployment benefits would stop when I actually got back to work. Instead, they just kept going. So I basically told them, at this point, if you're just gonna suspect me of fraud, then I don't want to collect money anymore. So I wrote up an appeal, told them that I don't want money anymore, and then I was just gonna try to find work again, and find work I did not. As of this recording, there are only 2 months left. That gives me 2 months until next year to find work, and I'm pretty sure that's not gonna go down because it's the holiday season, everyone is busy, they don't have time to be hiring people, especially when Black Friday is going to be the great source of concern, which is often the case in November. Other than that, trying to apply for work nowadays is no different than trying to bang your head on a wall and just leaving a big ass concrete that has a blood stain on it. And what's been happening on the internet has not been any better. So for starters, the Twitch channel that I have or used to have is gone now. I deleted it, so there will be no more live streams, and in fact I won't be live streaming as much because what's the point? No one shows up, no one donates, I hardly get any viewership, and the only viewership I get is when I spend money on it. Again, I use a website called twice.gg just to get viewership, and even then that was only temporary. And on YouTube is basically the same thing. I have been cheating just so I can, for one, increase the subscriber count and the viewer count, because no one is showing up to watch the videos that I put out, and they're not major or anything, they're just either gameplay videos or just me talking about gaming related shit. And honestly, that's what this channel is all about. The shit that I like, or what I think are most important. No YouTube drama, no political shit, none of that. In terms of what I want to do with this channel, I would like to continue playing Mega Man X4. I would like to go back to Thousand Year Door once the 60 FPS patch gets fixed, because I'm not playing Thousand Year Door on Switch. I don't have a Switch, and I honestly don't want one. And there are other games that I want to play on this channel that I previously live streamed that aren't here anymore. So I would like to play Ratchet and Clank again, Sly Cooper, Jak and Daxter, Star Fox, Mario and Luigi, Eternal Sonata, which I never streamed, but I really would like to play that and see if people can resonate with that, because Bandai Namco should have remastered that game already with quite life improvements, but instead what we get are more shitty anime games like fucking Sparking Zero. No disrespect to anyone who likes Sparking Zero, but I am fucking tired of Dragon Ball games. They're not even Dragon Ball when Goku was a kid, they're just Dragon Ball Z games. How many of those are they going to keep crapping out? Seriously. Eternal Sonata should be getting the same treatment that the Tales of series should be getting, and that's not happening. Never mind the job that I'm trying to get that isn't happening, or whatever money that I was hoping for isn't coming in, but not even the games this year have been that intriguing to me. Like, so far it's just Nintendo who's been delivering, but we still don't have an F-Zero game, we still don't have a Star Fox game, Kid Icarus is still MIA. I don't give a shit about Nintendo localizing Mother 3 because they're just going to censor that to hell, plus there's a fan translation. And then I'm seeing all these pieces of shit like Concord and Last of Us Part 2 Remastered, and PlayStation just being stupid fucking idiots saying they don't have enough IPs. Capcom not doing shit with the Mega Man X series when it turned 30 last year, and instead they just want to keep crapping out Resident Evil games. So gaming also hasn't really been that intriguing to me, and I'm sure as hell not looking forward to the Game Awards. I stopped watching those for God knows how long. I stopped giving a shit about it. And honestly, that's how I've been feeling this entire time. If I'm not getting hired, if I'm not making money, if the videos aren't even gonna get all the viewership that I need, then you know, what's the point? Even cheating doesn't fucking work because the views just go back to the way it was just for me to boost it again. And honestly, I really hate doing that shit because I'd rather just had genuine viewership, engagement. That's what these shitty articles keep saying, and they never ever worked. I like playing video games and I wish I can get some sort of viewership out of it, but that has not been happening, and that resulted in me just trying to boost the channel the best way that I can, just illegitimately, because it's not even real viewership at that point. I mean, who's actually showing up and seeing this stuff that has nothing to do with whatever's fucking trending right now? I just play the shit that matters. I want to continue playing Mega Man X because Capcom doesn't care about Mega Man X anymore. I would like to play 1000 Year Door with the 60 FPS patch because you cannot play Paper Mario the 1000 Year Door on the Switch at 60 frames. So hopefully the new console addresses that issue. All these franchises that need a dust off, I wish I can just say with confidence that I would love to go back to those games, but what does it matter when people aren't showing up? And that's why I had to delete my Twitch channel, because nobody was showing up, nobody was donating, and I wasn't whining like a little bitch about it. It was just, no, I need to find a way to make money. I have this job last year, so might as well just go the extra mile and just start a Twitch channel. And honestly, it wasn't completely bad at last time. I actually got 100 followers, but even so, people barely showed up, and I just wanted to play games that mattered to me. I don't care about Fortnite, I don't care about Among Us, Fall Guys, Phasmophobia, all that popular crap. No, none of that. Like I said in the Twitch is absolutely awful video, I can play my favorite franchises and nobody shows up. Nobody. So the Twitch channel is gone, and I haven't been active on this channel like I want to. Like, I would love to play X4, I would like to play the other X games and just work my way up to Zero and ZX, and I don't think that I'll ever do that because of the lack of viewership. So I'm not the kind of person to say like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell, whatever. No, liking, disliking, subscribing, commenting, all of that should be done in your own free will. Don't just subscribe to people just because they told you to. And for the people who have been watching, who have been subscribing, honestly, I thank you. I thank you so much, and generosity really comes a long way. You know, people would just say, here's all the people who are subscribed and the people who aren't subscribed, but why should that matter? They're watching your stuff. Isn't that enough? Doesn't that make you money? Isn't that how ad revenue works? Don't correct me on that, because I absolutely don't like YouTube because of all the dumb shit they did, so why should I give them the time of day? But outside of that, I'm trying to be as productive as possible. I've been drawing on this tablet that the manga artists use, and honestly it took me some time to adjust to it as someone who mostly draws in sketch pads and whatnot. Using Clip Studio Paint has really been somewhat of a challenge, but I think I'm slowly but surely began to learn how the software works, and I still have long ways to go before I publish my own artwork, because that's what I'm trying to do with this, and see if I can do something with that Instagram that I opened up weeks ago. So as I approach the age of 29, because I turn 29 tomorrow's November the 4th, it's just been the same usual shit day in and day out, in real life, on the internet, and everything in between. Actually, speaking of November 4th, crazy enough, a voice actress who goes by the name of Yuko Mizutani, her birthday is on November 4th, and crazy enough, we're 31 years apart. She was 51 when she passed away in 2016, and if she stayed around for this long, she would have been 60 years old. She was a voice actress of Sora from Digimon Adventures and Iris from Mega Man X4. Just a little food for thought I'd like to share with all of you, because this woman is a legend, and she looked pretty youthful at the time despite her being in her 50s. God bless her, and hopefully she's having a good time on the other side. So just for a small recap here, I am feeling like absolute hell right now because there's been barely any money coming in, no job, no one has been contacting me and hiring me. What's been happening on the internet is leaving a lot to be desired. I don't have a Twitch account anymore because Twitch is absolutely terrible, and I'm trying to do whatever I can to make this channel on YouTube the best it can be, even even though I am producing amateurish work. But can you blame me? I'm just one person. This is a one-man show. I don't have any moderators. I don't have any editors. I'm the one who edits and writes the scripts and does the voiceovers and credits all the people that I'm basically using their footage for. That is, if I'm not gonna devote all my time recording all the footage needed. I'm doing the best I can here, but at the same time, my hands are tied. I can apply for another job right now and the outcome is going to be exactly the same. They're not going to hire me. They're not going to interview me. They're not going to give me the time of day. There's only 2 months left in this god-awful year, and I just wanted to fly by already and just move on with my shitty life. Take this however you will. I'm not going to waste more of your time. I know you got more important things to do. Maybe you got families to tend to or friends to visit or just want to visit some other place that isn't America. So this is my predicament. I just want to get this off my chest because I feel like that I just had to do something, reach out to somebody who cares or who has it in their heart to care, because not a lot of people do. I pretty much accepted the fact that people are just black-hearted creatures who have no shred of compassion whatsoever and just don't want to help people when they need it most, which is often my case really, because I'm being devoted of all the things that are basically important in life, all of which that you need to pay for, like clothes, food, and shelter. You need money for everything, and it really sucks when I have to say that out loud, because when money is used for everything, I won't be surprised if I have to pay for breathing. So why bother living at that point? Might as well put the rope around my neck and just call in the morning. That's all I just wanted to say. Just wanted to get this off my chest. You know, get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. I'm not the Breakfast Club, but this is damn well not a good morning. I'm just gonna lay down and stare at the ceiling all day. Take this video however you will. And once again, thank you all who has been seeing all the videos and subscribing if you really wanted to, and seeing whatever dumb shit that I do on this website, because I feel like that I just have to do something just to stay afloat, and it feels like that I'm just on a boat full of holes trying to plug it up. So I don't know, man. I don't know what life has in store for me other than possibly getting hit by a bus.